gonna talk about this. I'll give y'all a few minutes to come on in here. You know I had to go live for this one. You know I had to go live for this one. What's up with it, Ted? I see you in the building, man. I'll see you in the building. I keep forgetting. Ted, you a Sixers fan? Just let me know. Are you a Sixers fan? Cause I keep forgetting. For all my Sixers fan, I know Stephen Green's a Sixers fan. Um, I think that's about it. Those are the only people that I can remember that are Sixers fans. Y'all come on in here. What's up with it, Marco? I see you in the building, man. Man, Marco, I ain't seen you in a minute, bro. Yeah, you a Lakers fan. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. So that wouldn't make sense for you being a Sixers fan, definitely. Especially the way we whooped y'all back in '83. But I ain't gonna talk about that though, Ted. I ain't gonna talk about that. I know you're an AI fan. I know. Brother Marco representing Texas all day, bro. Just give it a couple more minutes and then we'll go ahead. We'll get right into it. Y'all hit that like when y'all come on in here, man. I knew I was just on the old head podcast just a whole minute. What's up with it, Brown Sugar? See you in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like. Make sure y'all hit that like. Give a couple more seconds and then we'll go ahead. We'll get rocking and rolling. Um, Go ahead. We'll start talking about this right now. Okay. Now, first of all, I want to welcome everybody to Straight to the Point Sports and Entertainment. Um, if you haven't came in, please hit the like button, sub to the channel if you're not a member, and also hit the notification so that you're able to get all of my content as well as all of my videos too. I want to give a shout out to the whole Lions Den basketball as well as boxing community, and I want to say thank you to all of my subs, both new and day ones, that's been rocking with me and continuing to support the movement of straight to the point. Um, Allen Iverson, aka Bubba Chuck, aka the answer, okay, aka AI. They will be unveiling his statue for the Philadelphia 76ers on April the 12th. And of course, this announcement comes on the 10th anniversary of him being inducted into the Naismith Hall of Fame. Okay, um, this was well deserved. Okay, now a lot of people, believe it or not, they're actually kind of shocked by this, and I know, some people are gonna think, why would I say something like that? Because AI was very controversial. Okay, we all know that. Everybody had came up during that time. And this was a great thing for AI, and it's well deserved. Just coming after Kobe having his statue unveiled. Now, as you know, Kobe's got 3 statues, and this will be AI's first statue. But it's well deserved considering all of the stuff that AI had to put up with. He was definitely a trendsetter. While the league was starting to follow his lead and everything in terms of no need to be shot. AI was Philly. Period. Yeah. Well, no. The thing about it is, and it's a salute to you. Be nice. A lot of people are shocked because of during that time, man. AI really pushed the envelope. Some people would say it was Dennis Rodman, but AI was the one that really pushed the envelope. If you want to say who pushed the envelope in terms of bringing in a style that was against the grain, so to speak, you got to talk about a guy like AI, and you got to talk about a guy like Michael Vick. And during that time, those were the guys that were bringing in that hip hop and ushering in that hip hop era, and they wanted to market off of it, but they yet alone they still had a problem with it. So I really felt like what they did, yeah, he definitely changed the culture. I felt like what they did is they went ahead, even though AI did work hard to get in the finals and everything, I felt like they said, okay, well, yeah, we'll just put him in the finals, so let him have his 1 year and everything, and then after that, just try to play it like it was a downfall of AI, like they did with Michael Vick. Except for Michael Vick, it took a turn for the worse with the dog fighting and stuff, But I have to give a salute to AI. I've seen AI play in person, not as a Sixer, but I actually saw him when I was in Virginia when I was younger. He definitely changed the culture, and he wasn't a get with. He always stood 10 toes down. That's a fact. That's a fact. He always stood 10 toes down, and he never let things get to him. And the thing about it though, AI was willing to work with David Stern. You know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of people don't even realize. David Stern, he was telling a story on a podcast of when David Stern had actually pulled out his rap lyrics, and he was just reading it. He was reading it to him and everything. And AI said he was humbled by the fact that David Stern was willing to still work with him, and AI also worked with him too. Because people got to remember that when he caught the gun charge and he also caught that weed charge or whatever, you know, that was it. I think it might have been his rookie season. I think it was his rookie season, either first or second year. I can't remember, but it was early in his career. People were already like, "Oh yeah, this guy, the bad image and all this other stuff." You know what I'm saying? But what could you do? Because when he went at Jordan, okay, when he crossed Jordan, and it took one game and a famous play for them to really take heed on AI. When he crossed Jordan, okay, when he crossed him twice and hit the shot on him, that opened the floodgates for a lot of stuff, including the marketing side of things. Okay, I remember it like it was yesterday. Everybody was wearing Jordans and all this other stuff. That you had people wearing the questions and everything because that was his first shoe. But when he crossed Jordan, it it took it to a whole nother level in terms of the marketability. Jordan was still marketing, but people started. I mean, everybody started to uh, gravitate towards AI. You know, and I guarantee you, at that time, all right, you had you had the hip hop culture, And you also had people that gravitated towards Dennis Rodman. Okay, I want to make that very clear. People were gravitating in terms of off the floor and stuff like that. They gravitated towards AI and they gravitated towards Dennis Rodman. Of course, you had people with Jordan and everything like that. But I guarantee you, when you went to a game, there were a lot of people that were there were just as many fans there for a guy like Dennis Rodman when he was at the Bulls games as MJ. Well, it was like that with AI. Okay, it was like that with AI, hands down. Right, he created his own lane, and that's what I said. That's what I was saying earlier. Be nice. He pushed the envelope, and a lot of guys were afraid to do that. So that's what you have to commend AI on. But this is well deserved. Uh, even everything that he had went to, um, that he had went through. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, he did stand on business. He always stood on business, and all the on off the court stuff that was going on. The stuff that was going on with his, of course, with his wife and stuff like that, and but at the same token, I'm glad him and Shaq decided to partner up and get with Reebok, because Reebok had actually taken a hit for a while, and so you said AI put hip hop on the spotlight, gave him a chance. You said I wish the Rockets would do the same thing. I think it's gonna come. I think it has to come. It has to come. It has to come for what Hakeem did to the Rockets, or did for the Rockets rather. You have to give Hakeem a statue. Yeah, I forgot. Marco's a Rockets fan. I need to talk more about the Rockets too. About what's been going on with the Rockets too. I haven't been reporting too much on the Rockets, but yeah, you're exactly right. Hakeem does deserve a statue. That's who I have as my all-time center. If I'd have watched like somebody like Wilt Chamberlain though, and I had a chance to see him do some of the stuff that he was doing growing up, I probably would have Wilt as my starting center. But I didn't, like I said, I didn't grow up watching him, so I can only go by who I grew up watching and everything. But yeah, AI man, he definitely is one of the pillars of the NBA, regardless of what anybody says. I do believe Gilbert Arenas had came out and he confirmed that not only would AI score 43 points, he said he would score about 45 points. And Gil doesn't really like from looking at Gilbert Arenas. He's gonna he's gonna tell you the truth and everything. And he said AI because he played in that era. AI was gonna give you 45. Now a lot of people don't believe that. I had one guy come in the comment section and he was saying how AI would not do that. Because players are from back then aren't as skilled. What do you call? Okay, what do you think Hakeem was? He was all about skill and footwork. Okay, what do you think Jordan was? He was all about skill and footwork and fundamentals. What do you think Kobe was? Listen. Some people are going to disagree with me on this right here. Okay, some people are going to disagree with me on this. Kobe had better footwork than Jordan. Kobe had crisp footwork better than Jordan. Okay, but that doesn't mean that he was a better overall player. Sean Kemp had really really good footwork, but it was so it was so dominated by his athleticism that that's all you talked about was his athleticism and his ability to jump. But Sean Kemp could do so many things. It's just sad what happened to him. So a lot of these guys that be talking, oh yeah, well, these guys ain't got no skill. Actually, I would say the skill set, if you really want to be technical, the skill set has dropped in this era. And I'm not talking about, okay, when I'm talking about skills, I'm talking about like moves to the basket, being able to maneuver, things of that nature, okay? Spin move, yada, yada, yada. I think in comparison to back then, we had the edge. I'm talking about my era, we had the edge. Now, athleticism, you could say that athleticism has increased in this era. You know what I'm saying? The athleticism and everything evolves. You know what I'm saying? Everything evolves anyways. If they'd have had the technology that they did back then, it could you imagine AI? He was already a freak of nature in terms of his athleticism, only being barely 6 foot, being able to climb giants and jump like that, and being able to run super fast and super quick. If he'd have used all that stuff, all the technology and stuff like that, he'd have been off the charts because he didn't really work out like that. It was just natural God given ability. Yeah, and I'm glad Giannis is training with Hakeem. Because Giannis trains with all his African brothers. You know what I'm saying? He trained with Joel Embiid. I think they were training with DeAndre Ayton. I remember all three of them trained together one time. So and they all go to Hakeem, of course. Everybody goes to Hakeem, but they don't talk about it. They don't talk about it, Marco. They don't talk about it. But I'm giving Hakeem his props. Marco knows that I got Hakeem as my starting center. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. If you don't know, now you know. For those of y'all that come in, just hit the like, man. AI is being given a statue, and it will unveil on the 12th of April. On the 12th of April, the Philadelphia 76ers have given Bubba Chuck, AI, my favorite player at one time, a statue. Everybody looked at me crazy when I used to like AI, especially when he was at Georgetown. Can you believe there was actually people doubting him at Georgetown? Can you believe that? They said that, listen, they said that Ray Allen would be a better player, and they said that, well, I mean, in terms of championships and all that, he ended up getting the championships on. But they said that Ray Allen would be a better player, and they also said that Stephon Marbury would have a better career. I remember that like it was yesterday because it was always that battle. It was a battle between AI and Ray Allen in the Big East, and then it was an out of conference rival between AI and Stephon Marbury. They said AI. Oops, sorry about that. Yeah, and I mean he ended up getting a championship and stuff, but in terms of individual wise, Rip Hamilton wasn't. And listen, I want to be clear. Richard Hamilton, man, he was nice. I actually liked his game coming out of UConn better than I did when he became just primarily moving without the ball and running off screens and stuff like that. That doesn't take anything away from him. But yeah, Rip Hamilton was nice and everything, but and he also had the mid range, but he wasn't AI, man. Plus he had a clear height advantage. Both of those guys did. When we talk about Ray Allen and we talk about Rip Hamilton. Pretty much everybody that AI played against, he had the height advantage, with the exception of like Earl Boykins and guys like that. I'm talking about later in his career and stuff. I think he even played against Nate Robinson, if I'm not mistaken. Favorite Iverson games. Um, the my, the favorite my favorite Iverson game is when he put up, I think it was 60 against the Magic. But what was so crazy about that game is it wasn't necessarily the amount of points; it was the shit that he was doing. I'd never seen a guy that size come baseline and dunk two-handed in clear traffic, just first step, like it was nothing. Like it was nothing. Yeah, that's facts. God rest John Thompson's soul. Um, I also I used to like it when he played against the Raptors, and I liked his playoff battles against. I know everybody wants to bring up the step over game and stuff like that. Yeah, yeah, 51, 51 against the Raptors. Was that the game where he climbed after a free throw miss, and he pretty much he beat everybody to the rim and 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 caught it off the rim? Because I remember that. But I remember, okay, see, this was another point guard that I used to like. He was my favorite at the time too. B Diddy, Baron Davis. I used to love when him and AI used to go at it. I used to love when AI and Baron Davis used to go at it, man. Baron Davis, man. If you didn't have a chance to watch Baron Davis, Compton's finest, man, you missed out. B Diddy was nice, man. If it wasn't for injuries, man, this guy right here, man. Yeah, the practice. Yep. Oh man. Yeah, man. So many memories, man. And see, if AI would have listen, if social media was as powerful then as it was now, AI would dominate social media. Am I right, y'all? Yeah, Deron Williams was nice too. Yeah, I like Deron Williams. Shout out to Texas. Texas represent all day. Representing that Dallas. Um, yeah, Deron was nice. But social media, man, AI would have fun with this social media. Yeah, Chauncey Billups was nice. Yeah, and man, he was. Oh my God, man. I'm thinking about it now. Now y'all, man, y'all actually starting to give me chills just thinking about, man, when they used to match up. See, that's where people anticipated matchups, man. It was the matchups. Yeah, Jason Kidd was nice too. I like Jason Kidd. I just hated that Jason Kidd got a ring later on in his career, though. Because every time you get into a debate or a a back and forth about Jason Kidd and how successful he was, well, their argument is, okay, yeah, well, he did it at the end of his toward the end of his career and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, he still had a ring, and then on top of that, you gotta remember he went to the finals twice. Well, actually, it was well, it'd be four times. 4 or 5 times. I might be tripping. Yeah, because he went with no, it was that fourth time. Yeah, because he was there with JT and all them and Dirk and them. I think they took that they ended up taking that L, but they won uh that first time. Wait, cause J Kidd went to the Mavericks win, cause he started off with the Mavericks, but when did he return to the Mavericks? What year was that? Was it oh not was it I know it wasn't 06. Yeah, it was 08. There you go. 08, 09. I thought it was yeah, 08, 08, 09. And that's when they talk about LeBron freezing up and all that. Um, 07, 08, because 08 is when the Boston Celtics won, and I did not. I tried to avoid saying that because Brown Sugar gonna get on me. Yep. Yeah, Westbrook. Nah, Westbrook is still my guy, man. Even though he coming off the bench and all that stuff, he's still my guy, man. That's one thing about me, man. I'm loyal to the soil, man. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, well, Klay Thompson went to the bench. I don't like him no more because Klay Thompson is one of my favorite players, and Russell Westbrook. I took a lot of heat from a lot of the guys in the LWC because I like Russell Westbrook. I stood strong, man. I stood 10 toes down, man. I didn't care, man. You know what I'm saying? That was just my guy. But hopefully he gets a ring, man. And you see, the media don't want to give him his flowers, but they want to talk about him. They want to try to destroy him. Yeah, because AI said that Westbrook is his favorite player. Did y'all know that? Yeah, mental strength. Now he didn't have that so much when he was in the beginning of his career. He had to work on that, But I think some people got in his ear. I think he might have got mentored by some older players and stuff. So that would have been an awesome and amazing thing to see. Yeah, it would. It would have. To see a guy in AI likes him as a player. Yeah, it did, man. But I mean, shoot, nobody said anything because you saw people that were dressed in gothic gear at the Bulls game. You saw people that were dressed in gothic gear at the San Antonio Spurs game. There were people like that whole Marilyn Manson type era. They loved Rodman, like the Osbournes and Kiss and stuff like that. But they were doing stuff, you know what I'm saying? And then this is another thing too. Everybody talks about how like hip hop is all so violent and all this stuff, which it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit up here and cap like it's not. But have y'all ever been to a mosh pit before? I think people. I had an opportunity to actually be invited to go to a mosh pit. I had a couple of friends that invited me to go because they wanted me to go. They wanted me to go to Ozfest, and it was down here in Texas, and I was like, man, I ain't going to that. You know what I'm saying? And some of it is Chad, but I was fine when I went over there, man. But man, they wanted me to get in the mosh pit, right? I'm thinking like, everybody just gonna go in there. You know what I'm saying? You know how I don't know if anybody ever seen a mosh pit before and stuff like that. I'm telling you, this is my first time, ever going, cause it was a couple of players on the team. You know what I'm saying? We had this one guy. He got into that type of stuff. He was just a straight partier and stuff. Big white dude, man. Uh, Big white dude, man, and he invited us there. His name was Jared. I remember his name. Man, he invited us there, man, and it was pretty cool. You gotta think these guys that I'm rolling with, man. They way bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? I think he was like about 6'10". You know what I'm saying? I had a couple other guys that was 6'7", 6'8", and all that. So they wasn't tripping on going. Man, I went up in there, man. Man, these guys was up in there doing roundhouse kicks. You know what I'm saying? Actually doing like professional fighting in the goddamn mosh pit. Yeah, man. Like Ted, I'm not even playing, bro. Like, if you think so, that's what I'm saying is like they want to sit up here and criticize hip hop and all this other stuff for the shooting and the fighting and stuff like that. It ain't no better over there. Like I've seen, man, there was one guy, man, he had blood like pretty much all over his face. And he was up in there like, yeah, like, I'm like, man, these guys are ridiculous, man. They had to call, they had a couple of guys, they had to carry a couple of guys out of there, you know what I'm saying? I was like, nah. Yeah, man, Ozfest. I'm thinking it's just gonna be, everybody just, getting drunk and doing, they selective drugs and all that other stuff. Nah, man. Women stay out of there. But like I said, they like that type of shit. But yeah, I open up my mind, man. I don't sit up there and be like, nah, I ain't going here, I ain't going there. I'm not a closed-minded individual. So it was something that I wanted to try, man. I was like, man, let me let me see what these dudes are doing up in here. But it's crazy that they criticize hip hop and stuff. They criticize a guy like AI. They was criticizing Shaq, Shaq for doing rapping and all that other stuff. But I mean, the alternative, lifestyle, and the rock lifestyle is not. They act like it's so peaceful up in there when that couldn't be further from the truth. I've been to a Pink Floyd concert. It was like it got drunk and stoned everywhere. Nah, I actually wanted to meet Pink Floyd, man. She's an interesting person. She seemed like a very interesting person. But yeah, man. You said we went from AI to the mosh pit. Yeah, I know. But the reason why I was bringing that up though, be nice, was because they talk about hip hop, and they talk about, oh yeah, like it's so bad and stuff. But you'll be surprised what goes on in rock and roll. I be looking at some of these documentaries on, like, like the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, and Paul McCartney, and some of those guys were doing, man. Dog, shit, they didn't have nothing on what those guys were doing, man. I just like to see what some of those guys were doing back then behind the scenes and stuff. But You say hip hop is a part of the NBA. Yeah, but you know, at one time it wasn't accepted like that. Be nice. You know, you had people still listening to it and stuff like that, but they wanted it to be more suit and tie and stuff like that. You know, but that was what David David Stern had wanted for the NBA. Yeah, AI definitely brought in the floodgates. I mean, Shaq had brought it somewhat. You know, can we rock? What's up, Doc? Can we rock? You know that little. But then AI really pushed the envelope and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like he pushed it. He really opened it up even more. So you're right about that. Because people got to remember, you know, Shaq was up in there rapping too. And then you had Shaq rapping. You had, of course, AI rapping. You had Kobe was rapping. And these guys would be in the studio with some of those guys. Even Penny Hardaway too. What's up with it, Ralph? I see you in the building, brother. Let me rinse you up, man. There you go, Ralph. Yeah. Oh, you couldn't? Nah, he. Hey, you know what? Shaq actually had some bars, man. Shaq actually had bars. No, well, see, I don't know about that. I got to disagree with you on that, Ralph. Uh-uh. I got to disagree with you on that. Hey, Dame got some bars, man. I feel like Dame got the bars, bro. But like I said, it don't take nothing away from Shaq. But nah, man, man, dog. Have you heard? Shaq can't freestyle like Dame. What are you talking about? Now, hey, did you hear the new song? I can't stand the rain, and it had Zero and it had Shaq in there. Now, Shaq went off in that one, but now overall, man, Dame got some flame. I think Dame has a career in music after basketball. Yeah, Dame is a guy, man. At first, you know, I took him. I didn't take him too serious, man. But when I heard him on Sway for the first time, I was like, dog. I was like, Dame, man, Dame be doing it, bruh. Dame is well respected. Favorite '90s NBA uniform? Hmm. Man, I would probably go with. It's a toss up, man. I would probably go with the Magic. I've always liked the Magic uniforms, man. And I would probably go with the um I did like the Charlotte Hornets, man. I for some reason I used to like the Charlotte Hornets jersey, and of course, I always like our jerseys. We got so many different jerseys. Philly do. Yep. Like I said, man. If you didn't like, see, I wasn't a fan of the Mavs jerseys though, man. They look so ordinary. I didn't. I'm talking about back then. I'm talking about back then, man. Yeah, Sonic's had, yeah, they had some good jerseys too, man. Like I didn't like the older ones, with the stripe across that says Sonic and everything, but I like the ones like what Ted was saying, the '96 final jersey. Yeah, I like the Hawks too. The Hawks had some nice jerseys too. Everybody liked them Hawks, but man, it wasn't nothing like the Charlotte Hornets though, man. Them Charlotte Hornets jerseys. And you know what? That was actually one of the teams I wanted to see really progress, man. I did not want to see LJ, Grandmama, and Alonzo Mourning break up like that, man. Like in terms of pause, I didn't want to see them, split that two up, man. But it happened, man. I thought they really had a chance, man. Especially when that year that Alonzo Mourning, man, he hit that shot. Yeah, man. Yeah, I always like that. You know what? And what's crazy is I like Carolina. I like the Carolina blue, but I'm not a Carolina fan. But I love baby blue, man. I love that baby blue. Hey, look, I still support the Carolina Tar Heels, even though I'm a Duke fan. Man, something ridiculous, man. Yeah, that was that was a good subject right there, man. Best jerseys of all time, best uniform, baby blue and white. All right, y'all. Hey, I gotta go, y'all. It was nice rapping with y'all. I want y'all to hit that like button. Make sure y'all sub to the channel too, and also hit them notifications too. All right. Till then, it's straight to the point. Appreciate y'all pulling up. I get at y'all later.